Mr. Vice Chairman, Sir, I am grateful to the honorable members for giving me this opportunity to intervene in the debate. Whether I agree or disagree with their view, one thing is true, that honorable members have highlighted the concern of the whole country on the rising prices. Before I go to the arguments, I would like to fairly concede the point which was stressed by my friend, that in a socialist economy, it is the responsibility of the government to make available the essential articles and commodities required for mass consumption at reasonable prices to the society, particularly the weaker sections of the society. There cannot be any debate on this point. Even in a welfare state, this concept has been accepted, and the government here also accepts this responsibility. Sir, it is true that we need not mention Bangladesh while stating the various reasons, but we cannot forget that it is one of the basic reasons. To be frank, it is a since-born problem that the prices have gone up very badly. And naturally, it starts from Bangladesh, but it is not the only reason, I must say. Along with Bangladesh, the war, and the problem of refugees, there are many other reasons also which we cannot forget. In this country, the money supply and liquidity has gone proportionately much higher in comparison with the production in the country. Sir, we have made investments in the country in public sector also, but there are capacities which are yet idle and they have not been properly utilized. The whole ratio of investment has remained low, even though by and large in the 4th 5-year plan, agricultural production has got better pace. We cannot forget that the industrial production has suffered a setback. Of course, there are reasons, maybe the shortage of power, maybe the problem of management, maybe the deteriorated industrial relations. There are various reasons, but we cannot forget that the industrial production has suffered a setback. Deficit financing was introduced for several reasons which have been stated on the floor of this house. Government is never willing to have any deficit financing, but when at the end there is a tremendous drought, and when our brothers and sisters are suffering for want of food, is it not the responsibility of the government to see that they are made available to them and see that they also have the money so that they have at least some purchasing power to sustain themselves? And under these circumstances, deficit financing was introduced. I think this view should also be appreciated. But I would like to say that while we are bringing the draft of the 5th plan, we are taking care that we should minimize deficit financing. as regards the import of food, we should be self-sufficient, but as I said during the debate on the food situation, self-sufficiency does not mean that we should go on importing. If you want to effectively curb the rising prices, the deficit financing has to be brought down. I do not want to go into all the reasons, but we cannot forget them, and when we think of the rise in prices, the reasons naturally are to be considered. May I, with your permission, bring to the notice of this House that the rate of growth in our population is one of the major factors. The longevity has increased, and at the same time, the population of the country has also been going up like anything. A day passes and we add nearly 55,000 new faces to the country's population. Naturally, it is also having its own impact, and not only on our economy but also on the distribution of whatever is available. Sir, in this context, a view shall have to be taken in right perspective. We cannot forget that we will have to identify the basic essential assets and commodities in the country. As has been rightly mentioned by my friends and others, it may be food grains, pulses, edible oils, fuels, coarse cloth, and even the textbooks and the exercise books required by our students. They are also essential articles in the country. So we shall have to take stock of the situation. I would like to say that the government has gone into details. We have identified what the essential commodities are. There are some articles coming from the agricultural sector, and some others are coming from the industrial sector. Animal husbandry is naturally included in the agricultural sector because the milk, fisheries, etc. are essential so far as the basic requirements of the country are concerned. It is in this context that we shall have to identify these articles. Along with that, we cannot forget the industrial